News 24 Live, I'm Erin Bates. It's the week after the first round of voter registration for municipal elections, and we're sitting with the new acting chairperson of the African National Congress in the Western Cape, Magaxa. He's also chairperson of the South African Communist Party in the province, and we're getting an update on how the party's doing in the Western Cape. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Tell me, what has the party been up to this last weekend with voter registration? Have you been on the ground?
Yes, voter registration is like the election day. We mobilize everybody in our structures. We make it a point that we've got enough party agents inside the polling station. We make it a point that in all VDs, outside those VDs, we've got information table. Of course, competing with other political parties who always have those what is called information table. In case one of the community members who are registering wants to ask something from the ANC, and also we count our possibilities of winning that particular VD through the people that are coming to our table.
You spoke quite strongly after the State of the Province address and criticized Helen Zille's audit of what her government has done in the province. Can you just list some of your criticisms of the DA's administration? Supporters of that party would say they've done a great job, they've cleaned up the province, they've implemented a lot of effective programs. What's your response to that?
Yes, not because we are in opposition to DA, but generally speaking, we always not expecting anything positive from the DA-led government. We've got political reason to do so. One of them is that our belief is that DA is just a white, rich, orientated organization. It's our analysis of the DA. I think it's scientific in the sense that in its distribution of resources, in its focus when it comes to the distribution of resources to improve the quality life of our people, their special attention is always to make it a point that they preserve and protect the interest of the white rich communities at the detriment of the poor, including white communities when it comes to that. We still have protests that have been taking very long from white constituencies like your Rechterweg at the back of Epping, like your Wynberg community areas, those lower middle class communities, like even those who are living in southern suburb in flats, old people who are being removed by the DA because they want to use those flats to accumulate more money instead of taking care of old people who have been living in those flats for a long time. Therefore, to us, DA is more of a, not just only white, it's for a rich and a high income earners from those particular section. Yeah. They only take therefore, we don't expect anything positive when it comes to the majority of the people in the Western Cape, including Africans and colored people.
Yes. And in the Western Cape, the majority population in the province is coloured, yes, followed by black African, yes, and then white, yes, or white African if you like. But the example you gave of the evictions of older people, were they evicted by the DA?
Yes, they've been by the DA administration. For example, in Rechterweg today, which are the houses, it's the white RDP houses, if you can make that example, that they got years ago in the late 60s, others in the early 50s and so on. Those communities have been staying there for a long time. There's a poor, very poor white people. Now, DA wanted to change those communities into more, because they owned, the government owned those houses. They wanted to change those houses into more paying type of houses and increasing ridiculously the rents those communities are paying, which forces elder people to live or being taken to other places. You'll just imagine a person who has been in the area or staying in that particular house more than 30 years ago. And at this stage of her life, when she or he is getting very old, you are taking that person to a small RDP orientated flat somewhere.
Yeah.
After they've been doing a lot of work in that particular flat or house they were living.